and one-off game scenarios that Pep Guardiola has been talking about recently. It's quite a miracle. The same two teams surface on the big stage, on the big play. Kevin De Bruyne gets the cross in and looks to see where it's going to land. Wanting it slightly better was Martinez. Good. Better from Varane in the right place there. Kevin De Bruyne just going past ngoako to get the cross in. Find himself a bit of time to get the cross in. This seems as though it will be Varane's last game for Manchester United. Maybe Amrabat if the loan is not renewed. There was a Onana. He said something to Varane, look, I'm not coming, you better deal with it. Kevin De Bruyne just spun off Wan-Bissaka. Varane read the danger, but he needs to kick it off quickly. Walker. His first touch actually seemed to rein it in, but it just got away from him, lost his balance a little bit. And Martinez has a much lower centre of gravity than Erling Haaland. Bit back. Demands his partner, hugely decorated centre back, into Manchester United relatively late in his career. There he is. That would be the first choice centre back pairing, wouldn't it, for Manchester United? And I got lucky. He's played every Premier League game. There's one FA Cup match, Newport County. There's the possession stat. Manchester City, as you would expect, have dominated 66%. And United playing very much on, or trying to play very much on the counter-attack. Play pull back for a foul. On Foden. Of course, he's supremely talented, but also, for a smallish guy, very robust. And he gets whacked a lot. You see him limp away from those challenges, and then within 30 seconds he's forgotten about it. So free kick to City, coming out to the 15-minute mark. They'd scored inside 15 seconds a year ago against Manchester United here. A bit of pushing and shoving. Guardiola is in the thick of it. Another Silva out here on the right in case they want to maybe improve the angle. Standing in an offside position, but he'll check back onside. It's touched away again by Varane, importantly. They'll hold it at a high line, then try to recover. Varane's the first to the ball, away from danger area. Really pleased to see both those centre halves back in the side. It's his third final in 2 seasons. He's been quite right to point that out. He won the Carabao Cup, the League Cup last season. Just lost in the end narrowly 2-1 to City a year ago. What he has been saying to the Dutch media was there's an unrealistic sense of expectation around Manchester United at the moment. Silva scored 2 goals to win the quarter-final, the winner in the semi-final here against Chelsea. Again, he was just about to be taken off him. Yes. Guardiola, Kovacic, Rodri. Silva decided to go at Dalot. shot. Foden might have shot. It's not the Manchester City way, really, to shoot from too far out.
Didn't quite get the pass right, did he, Phil Foden? As you said, Bernardo Silva did well. He could get up the pace of the move, went past the first challenge, went past the second. Deep in thought. Pep Guardiola. Those fans have seen a lot of success over the last few years.
There's a man who takes absolutely nothing for granted. His team have governed English football once he's settled into it. McTominay, past Guardiola. Stones. Well, the style is set, Stuart, isn't it? Unless there's a goal maybe in the first half to make a rethink. The longer it goes on at 0-0, the more Manchester United will feel that their approach is a good one. They've got a couple of senior centre-backs available again. This has been a big problem for them this season, as you mentioned earlier.
Manchester United tried to press the ball. Ortega had it then, and they just played around it so easily. Manchester City, Kovacic, and this man on the ball here, Rodri.
Okay. It's quite an important player at Manchester City. I'd say a very important player. Worked his way up, really. Youngster at Chelsea. He was on loan, had a spell at Bournemouth. There's Rodri. Kovacic. Maybe a little give and go, but De Bruyne had other ideas. Kovacic. Stones. Don't really need to look at the heat map at half time. This is what it would show you. Stones. And again. And Kovacic again.
Today Stones is playing as a normal centre-half. We have seen him in previous games play in central midfield or push into central midfield. Doesn't look as though he's going to do that today. They've got two holding players, Rodri and Kovacic.
Again. Just because it's been smooth all season doesn't mean to say it's going to be super smooth on the big day. All puzzles to solve with different kinds of pressures. City have the burden, if that is the case, of being favourites. This team are underdogs. He perhaps epitomises that more than anybody else connected with Manchester United. Walker heads forward. He could step in the midfield, of course. He's done that a few times, but he'll be leaving Rashford if he does that. Here's a Kobe Mainoo. What a season he's had. Nowhere near the selection last season. Rashford. Walker's there again. Oh, and he's wrong-footed. Stones. De Bruyne's caught in possession. There's a high press by Manchester United again. When they see that chance is on, and they can force a City slip, and they very nearly did to Manchester City's cost.
Well, it was McTominay that nearly got in there up against John Stones. Oh, here we go.
And McTominay is nearly in. Down goes Bruno Fernandes. He's not appealing for penalty. It shows you all you need to know. But here comes Erling Haaland. Sliding tackle from Gallo. As he got the ball, if he didn't, probably going to be a booking. But concern for the referee at the moment. It's on the other half of the pitch.
There's being composed and they're taking liberties. And I think Manchester City, when they were playing out from the back there, took too many liberties. Walker's pass into Stones was the first poor one. There was three Manchester United players closing down Ortega when he tried to pass out from the back. This is where question marks. No penalty. Kovacic won the ball. Fernandes to make the most of it. will certainly give Manchester United some encouragement. Those 2 lapses of concentration from City.
Ake. Bernardo Silva now beneath us. Disappointed every season recently. Is it going to be his last game for the club? No, actually that's a premature decision from referee Madley. Talking about for a United free kick that Rashford could have been away.
Adelu just got the better of Bernardo Silva in that 1v1. As Bernardo Silva was looking to stretch his leg, he was caught. The Man United man.
Good work. Through the middle for Scott McTominay. Nacho. Mainu. McTominay. Wan-Bissaka. Now got Nacho. Wasn't smooth sailing for Nathan Ake, though he ended up positioned and Garnacho on the ground. But just a fraction of a second there where it looked as though the United winger might get the better of him.
He was always stretching, wasn't he, Garnacho? Body weight was forward. He's got some pace. He is a tricky customer. So too is this man a very good defender, Nathan Ake. You were talking about him earlier. Probably spent too long at Chelsea. Getting games, going out on loan. So he was a young player playing for the Dutch 17 sides where he was player of the tournament, the European Championship. He was outstanding as a youngster.
Also with the Chelsea connection, of course. Guardiola. Kovacic. The low block is now in place. Eric Ten Hag's team. Now they're sort of trying to unhinge it. Walker. Stones. Played in front of the wall of red at the moment, and the team in blue. Guardiola. Pushing nicely. Ake. Come out nearly solid again, Scott McTominay. Walker. And Bernardo Silva has one or two more penetrating runs. Foden slipping it through. Walker doesn't break fun. Erling Haaland and Guardiola, who's been amongst the goals recently from left back, couldn't get there in time.
Just wonder in those situations whether Kovacic should just have hit through the ball.
Here he is again. It's not their way, isn't it? We go back to that famous Vincent Kompany goal where allegedly Pep Guardiola was saying, don't shoot. And it won them a game a few years back against Leicester. A vital time in the Premier League. Successful title chase as it turned out to be. They do score so many goals by getting in behind and squaring it across. Someone has a tap in at the opposite post. And it was shaping up to be something like that. It's often De Bruyne who makes the cross. Walker, Rodri.
See that Stones has had the most touches so far. All Man City players in that top 5 of touches.
De Bruyne. Rodri. Ahead of Erling Haaland. first glance, just to get it out of harm's way. It wasn't at all. To get it into the space that Rashford might be able to chase into. Instinctive response from Bruno Fernandes. That's the area to aim for.
The problem is he's up against Walker, who's as quick as anybody. It's only if Walker goes to sleep there's an opportunity to get it in behind him.
They started the season with a lot of refereeing involvement in delaying restarts. Bookings, I think it was one of the City substitutes, Julian Alvarez, got booked in the Community Shield here. And that was the policy, like so many go-to early season moves from the officials, sort of petered out. Maybe the players have behaved themselves better. Kovacic. And Walker. Bernardo Silva. Walker again. Yol's taking that on the run. And Mertesacker maybe got a bit lucky, but the percentages were in his favour then, I think.
He's trying to be positive with his touch there.
Kovacic's seen plenty of the ball.
This is where he makes the forward run. Comes from a slightly deeper position. Comes into his path. A clear shot there. Tries to cut back. Nobody around the penalty spot area. Vardiel is the player that's trying to get round the back. Just when we're right behind it, he could have had a shot. Touch the goalkeeper.
He doesn't punch his weight in terms of goals, Mateo Kovacic. Plenty of other qualities. Here's Amrabat. Back with Diogo Dalot's had a good season in difficult circumstances. That's not the worst pass he played. Oh, and the goalkeeper is a gift for Ngoako. A catastrophe for Manchester City, but absolutely perfect for Manchester United. Needing a stroke of luck, they've just had it big time. We've seen some complacency in the back from City up to this point. And now Erik ten Hag benefits from one of the craziest FA Cup final goals you'll ever see.
Well, I'll say it over and over again. Why does the goalkeeper want to come and get involved with this? It's the battle between Garnacho and Vardiel. Goalkeeper, just stay in your penalty box and let your centre half or your left back head it back to you. As soon as he started to come, you can see there's going to be a problem. This is a good pass to start with. That started it all off. Gallo, who you talked about, he's on the side, as you can see, as the ball's played. Vardiel is getting back. The goalkeeper gets put in no man's land. Probably doesn't give the right information to Vardiel as well. Just stay back in your own penalty area. Let the ball be headed back to you. There's not any sort of problem. But once he comes, you knew there was going to be an error here. Garnacho. What an easy finish for him. But it was his run that made it brilliant for Manchester United.
Well, Vardiel could not have seen Ortega. He must have been looking up above the goalkeeper. But they say never play a back pass between the posts. Oh, now fate has dealt Manchester United a kind hand here, or shall we say Manchester City's shortcomings have done that. Can they go on? The policy for half an hour, try to play on the break and press when you can, has got them a 1-0 lead against the FA Cup holders, and it's still 1-0 because Varane clears it away from Erling Haaland. McTominay, Dalot, Bruno Fernandes, and Rashford was more likely to outstrip Stones, but he got there by a slightly shorter route.
You remember Stones was taken off at half-time in the semi-final against Chelsea because Jackson gave him a torrid time with his pace. They're starting to believe. It'd be a good send-off for this man if he is to go.
McTominay. Wan-Bissaka. Who's rightly had so many plaudits. Played quite a lot of games. Henderson's not just had the current injury, one or two other problems as well. But that, as excellent as the stop was from Son, that was the other end of the spectrum.
Most goalkeepers, in my experience, aren't very good judges of distances when balls are played over the top. The first thing he has to look for, who's going to get there first. If it's the defender, you back off and give him an angle. If it's the attacker, you might come up with a different plan. Guardiola was going to get there, he had to drop off and just have the ball headed back to him. It's a really bad error by the goalkeeper.
Rashford, who's been forensically analysed his performances, have more pass than any other player, certainly other Manchester United player over recent months. It was a sensational season last time, around 30 goals. In towards McTominay. Mainu is there, goes down under challenge. Not too much reaction from him. For the youngsters, Nacho, Mainu, supported by one or two more senior players.
The other thing that I think Greg Ten Hag would have been really pleased about when he looked at the Man City side that John Stones was playing at centre half, because the tactics they want to use is to play balls behind pretty high at Manchester City back line. Stones is probably the slowest of the defenders.
Nacho challenging the pace of Guardiola. City do get a free kick. Possession in the middle third. And that's quite emphasised by those.
All the possession that Manchester City have had, only one attempt at goal so far, none on target. Manchester United have had 3 attempts.
Here's Bernardo Silva. Rodri. Kovacic. Bruyne. Trying to link up with Haaland.
There has been a lot of criticism about Erling Haaland's general play, and I would sometimes agree with it. If he's back to goal, his hold-up play, he's got to do a lot better. He's a world-class goal scorer. At the moment, I don't think a world-class player.
He certainly doesn't get much licence to move. Probably the width of the penalty area is often, coaches point out, it's usually the width of the goal area for Erling. Most of the forwards who don't get many touches like to just veer away where they might, just get the feel of the ball. It's clearly under orders to be there. This shot on target comes from Bernardo Silva, fielded just a little bit awkwardly on the bounce, but safely enough by Onana.
Just coming in field, finding that bit of space. Amrabat backs off, Giroud's in that space. He does get a bit of dip on it. You see it bounces awkwardly in front of Onana, clings onto it.
Well, Nacho is away again. Okay, trying to catch him. And now the flag goes up.
Now this is going to be tight. Not Rashford who's offside. Garnacho. When the ball was first played, it looked really tight to me. Big gamble that Man City are playing here. Oh, John Stones, does he just step up in time? But really, they're asking for trouble if they try and play such a high offside line when there was no real pressure on the ball.
Well, it's been confirmed as offside. Harry Leonard was the assistant on the far side.
The person who had the best view of that was him. Pep Guardiola, who was right in line with Garnacho as that ball was played.
He'd looked at it with two eyes, but with a one-eyed perspective, I think. Anyway, it's still 1-0, but Manchester United have threatened again. Now Rodri, De Bruyne with a missed kick. Fernandes might put enough weight on it for Maynard to make the most of it. He's very tired in his work. Rashford says to Garnacho, "I'm going to get you involved again." Wan-Bissaka supporting on the inside. Manchester United with Bruno Fernandes miskicked it. No flag this time. United 2 goals to the good. And it's the kids doing the damage to the holders. City this time, Stuart, cut to ribbons.
Well, the credit has to go to Manchester United here. Really good understanding of what they're trying to do. The switch of play out to Garnacho. They create an overload on that far side. Vardio can't get too tight. And then the pass from Bruno Fernandes is absolutely brilliant at the end of it. Here's pass from Rashford. It's a brilliant one. Now they're stretched, Manchester City. Wan-Bissaka takes Nathan Ake into a dangerous position, or a position he didn't want to be in, but the awareness, the vision and the technical pass from Bruno Fernandes is absolutely superb. On the right foot of Mainu, back across the goalkeeper. What a good goal that is from Manchester United.
Well, arguably the club in England famed more than any other for introducing young players into their first team. On what will be a day to remember, maybe in more ways than one for Erik ten Hag. But so far, football-wise, selection-wise, tactical-wise, he's got it spot on.
They know where the space is, they know where they can cause Manchester City problems, they know they try and hold a high line, they've got pace in both wide areas. Rashford down one side, Garnacho down the other. Bruno Fernandes will drop off and try and dictate the play. What a good first 41 minutes it is here for players in red.
Remember, Manchester City have been beaten in a domestic match since December the 6th. Ireland won't get there. And a measure, you quite rightly, Stuart, highlighted the very deliberate touch from Bruno Fernandes to set up Mainu. De Bruyne had a similar opportunity here for Erling Haaland.
This is the run he loves to make. Mainu just went to sleep there. He's trying to bend it along that 6-yard box for Haaland to come in behind Varane. Couldn't quite get it right.
No, and it was a little bit tighter, the marking, to be fair. But he needs, well, that lucky sweater that he's forsaken today. Might be on for the second half.
He's trying to change the position of a couple of players. Switch over.
There haven't been too many. Almost they're given away by Stones, and this could get even more catastrophic for Manchester City. Bruno Fernandes is an expert from this angle. Didn't quite set it as he would have wanted outside that far post to bend in.
Stones is having an absolute shocker at the moment. brought up at half-time against Chelsea. Could be under pressure at half-time again from Pep Guardiola. He's not been good on the ball. He's not been good defensively. Looks vulnerable when balls are played in behind him.
There was a Community Shield fixture between the two Manchester clubs here in 2011, I think it was, when City were 2-0 up at half-time and Manchester United won 3-2.
Well, if there's any side that can come back and still win this game, it's Manchester City, no doubt about it. But they need to improve in the second half. They need to play at a greater tempo. They need to have more forward runners. They've been a bit slow and lethargic from Man City so far.
Yes, you write them off at your peril, but it's a potentially perilous situation. Callow clears. No runner available that time. They were all back to block off the pathways. That's the City's passing ability. Ake. Rodri. Kovacic. City lucky to get it back through Walker. De Bruyne, half stopped by Rashford. De Bruyne fully stopped. And then by Dallo. Here's McTominay. Playing for the badge, playing for the shirt through the ranks of Manchester United.
The directors and former managers that will be the happiest at the moment.
Sir Alex, who might be mentioning that Community Shield, and it was his team that came from behind. Erik ten Hag's team are leading here 2-0, and they deserve it. They've found a soft centre in Manchester City. They've played, if you like, low-risk football defensively, but high-risk and reward football in an attacking sense. Numbers forward, get in the faces of the City defenders, and force the errors. And the scoreline reflects that.
We saw Real Madrid do it to Manchester City over a couple of games. Well, they hardly had the ball, but eventually got a victory because the likes of Vinicius Junior and Rodrigo ran in behind Man City's very high defensive line.
Manu going through the man to get the ball. In the mind of Andy Madley. Leads to a yellow card in stoppage time at the end of the first half.
Yes, slightly reckless. I think he has to go through Kevin De Bruyne to get to the ball. He actually doesn't get much of the ball, does he? He can't challenge from behind, so the referee's probably right to give a yellow card on that occasion. So he's going to be under a bit of pressure now for the rest of the game. Manu.
Already played at Wembley, of course, for England. In a meteoric rise. And a goal in the FA Cup final to add to that first season scrapbook.
You're talking about youngsters coming through at Manchester United. They won the Youth Cup 2 or 3 seasons ago. Garnacho and Manu were both playing in that.
Yeah, just a couple of years ago, wasn't it?
It's Nottingham Forest.
Kevin De Bruyne, City in such a fillip if they can get something back before half-time, but that's as tepid really as much of their attacking play. Now this is where you want one of those behind-the-scenes documentary to be in the Manchester City dressing room at half-time.
Oh, you and I were here when Chelsea won the league. And Antonio Conte and then didn't play in the final, did they?
Absolutely right, yeah. It was a good covering incidentally by Aaron Wan-Bissaka. Stop Erling Haaland bursting through in stoppage time. A few seconds of that left. That the first half. The underdogs so often favoured by the FA Cup. And Eric Ten Hag, the ultimate underdog today, maybe not even manager of Manchester United when this is all over. But his team have done him proud. The players have done themselves proud. Garnacho and Mainu with the 2 goals. And a second